Good Time Charlie.
Yep, that's right. The two of the three amigos.
That's right.
But
one of us has got to work.
yeah, Ralph just he's just like he don't want to come wrangle bees. He wants to go to work. But that's Ralph, and so I know everybody misses Ralph, just like me and Charlie. I miss Ralph more than I think Charlie, because Ralph really does help when we do these removals. He does the demo and all that stuff, as well as handing, comb, and he really works with it. Charlie, what's your only job, Charlie?
Camera.
Charlie's a cameraman. But of course, you remember in that video last week or 2 weeks ago, that camera job, it has its hazards.
Oh yeah, it does. It does.
So today, where are we today?
Well, we're in Slidell today, and
Charlie lives in Slidell.
Right.
But this is probably about, what, 15 miles from you?
No, it's about 5 miles.
Oh, okay.
About 5 miles from the house, yeah.
And what are we doing today?
Today, we're getting rid of these bees that are right here in this. There's a locker on the other side of that wall.
Typically, in the construction, when you have a two-story house and you have a different material, brick in this case, on the bottom part and vinyl on the top, or whatever the combination of materials, in that overlap space between the two floors, there's that opportunity for bees to find a gap, a crack, or anything, and get up into the floor joist space between the first floor and the second floor. And that's what happens so very often. And Charlie, get on the camera and zoom in and show that. And that's exactly what happened here.
Y'all hang on just a second and I'll put you right in there. Okay, y'all can see the bees right there. Yep. They're going right into that crack between the bricks and that vinyl siding.
Now normally, when we do a removal, and I point this out to the homeowners, I said, now here's the interest. What you got to do is you got to close this off so that it won't repeat. Well, I cannot believe this, but this homeowner, he is very, very meticulous, and he listens to Mr. Ed even before we do the job. Check this out. When Charlie and I rolled in here, I saw this little stool out in the driveway, and I looked up and look at this. He has already caulked the entire way down this side of the house, and he's working on the other side as well. Now he stopped, it's probably about 12 feet from where the bees are. But this man is on the ball, so congratulations, Owen, for taking care of a job that most people just neglect. Oh, and there's our homeowner, Owen, right there. Now these bees have only been in here for 2 weeks, the 2 weeks, and I believe it. We did see, I saw pollen coming in the other day when I came and looked at it, so there's comb in there. So we're going to get inside, show you what the bees look like on the thermal camera, and open up the floor, and we're going to get all that stuff when we get inside. But by the grace of God, me and Charlie,
we're going to get some bees out of here.
We're going to get them out of here and bring them up to the Abbey. You ready to wrangle?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Well, folks, this is the closet that the bees are in, and we got the thermal camera going. And look at this. Here is our image of the bees. Now, you can see the majority of the bees are right here up in the front, but I still have a glow all the way back here. So almost, it may be about 3 feet. I don't know. If they've been here for 2 weeks, I don't see how they could have that much comb in there. But the thermal camera is saying there is comb in there, but we're going to see in a few minutes. I'm going to grab some tools, remove the trim around the carpet, pull back the carpet, expose the plywood, mark it out, and cut it. So that's the first job that we got to do. You ready, Charlie?
Ready to go.
All right. We have our handles put on the plywood because it's just a matter for me to pick the plywood up. It's so much easier. And I always run under the assumption that we know the bees were in this area of the floor joist, and this piece of plywood, the way they laid this out, this must have been the tail ends, which is why it's probably only 2 foot, but it stopped at this point right here. Our joist is actually right here, and this little section right here was already cut in. So even though the comb may extend a little bit further back, I didn't cut any of that stuff right there. I managed to get this piece of plywood unstuck. Well, we had a nail here, and then it's actually tongue and groove plywood, which is why this whole edge is supported. And so I got the hive kind of exposed right down here. And let's go ahead and pull up the piece of plywood and find out just how big our hive really is. Well, here is our hive. Most of it came up. There's only 3 pieces that are still in the wall. I'm going to get that vacuum going. I'm going to catch these bees right here, and hopefully our queen is still on the comb. So let me vacuum these girls up real quick before they go anywhere, and then we'll get inside and take care of those. Well, our queen didn't run off on that first batch. I am almost 100% sure she's in here. But we've got these bees contained right here. So let's get inside the closet, and we're going to vacuum up all those bees in there and remove that little bit of comb as well. This is all the comb that broke off, but we still do have a bunch of bees in here. I'm going to put that light up in there and see if I can. Hopefully our queen isn't in this mess. She's on the comb. But nice little swarm of bees, and they definitely have only been here for 2 weeks at the most. I did not, and I don't see on these pieces of comb any brood. So chances of our queen being in here are not too good. All right, let me vacuum up these bees real quick. I vacuumed almost all those bees in there, and hopefully our queen was not in that cluster of bees. I'm going to leave them regroup up into the corner again, give them a little rest in there, and in the meantime I'll vacuum the bees out of the window right here, and then we'll start taking apart our comb right here. And I still got my fingers crossed she's in here, because I hope I didn't vacuum up, but I may have already. I got a lot of the bees. There's still plenty of bees in the window, and that's expected. And we still got bees in the floor right there as well. But 90% of the bees are already in our bee vac. So now it's time to start looking on the comb right here for our queen, because I'm still hoping she's here. I'm hoping this is where the brood was. There was no brood in anything else, so it's a fairly good assumption that our queen wasn't in there, that if there's brood in this section, that's where we're going to probably find her. So now I'm just going to start cutting this comb, and the way I'm going to do is I'm going to work from this side. That way I can just cut the comb, vacuum the bees off this side, cut the comb, lay it down, and we can look for our queen really, really easy that way. Let's see if we can find her. Look at that. Charlie's got the queen right here. Well, we'll get her. We'll get her. There she is, Charlie.
Right here.
Thank you, Jesus. Wow. Easy sneezy, huh?
That was nice.
All right. We're going to get all these bees on the comb. We're going to just put it inside the box. Well, folks, guess what? It ain't there no more. That's right. It's all in the other room, in the ice chest. Got our queen caged up. And now this is going to be a first for me and Charlie, because we're really, just all around nice guys, me and Charlie. We decided we're going to go out on a limb on this one, and we're actually going to help repair what we did. Now, before we start, I want to show you where this brick is hitting this joist right here. Look at that. You can actually see the daylight on my finger down there. The daylight. So that's where this whole line the bees were using as a entrance into the hive. And because Owen, he's so ambitious to get his house bee tight, that's really the reason I want to help him do it, because we're going to get this area bee tight too. So what we're going to do, I'm going to caulk the entrance space right here on the inside. He's still going to do it on the outside. And then once we get that caulked out, just like the insulation is placed right here, I'm going to place insulation inside that area right there, and then fill this whole void in right in here. So that way there is no chance that the bees can get back in here. And then after that, I'll even nail down the plywood, put the carpet back up, and everything. We'll have a complete job. So when we finish all that, we'll show you what we got. All right, now nobody tell anybody, but we actually fixed our mess in here. Put the insulation in the floor, caulked it, put the carpet back up, and the trim as well. So Charlie is saying it's time for lunch, so let's get outside and finish this video.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Here, you hold this so I can get some water.
I gotta hold these bees. Look. I get the dangerous part.
All right, what happened today, Charlie? Remember, don't talk about us repairing. Don't
Yeah,
mention
no,
that.
we don't want anybody to know that
No,
we
that's
repaired.
not
We
gonna-
put everything back.
Right,
No,
we don't
didn't.
do that.
No, we don't do that. It was a pretty easy job, pretty straightforward. It went really well.
Yeah.
You-
Yeah, I'm choking on my water.
he's gonna live? I don't know if he's gonna live or not. Oh, no.
So now what are we gonna do?
Well, what you're gonna do? We're gonna go eat.
Yeah, well, of course.
But no, take these girls back to the Abbey, box them up, and they have a new home. And hopefully they don't come back to Slidell.
Yeah, they better not.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a little trip for them.
Yeah, that is.
But it was a very, very straightforward removal. The idea of bees getting between the floor joists between the first and second story of a house, it's so common here in Louisiana, and even in elevated houses, getting into the floor space under that, it's just very common. And this is probably the most common bee removal that we do, is in between floor joists. So, you gonna hold on to that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got it.
Now, I tell you, I've got a list right here, and it's a long list, and the list is the names of all the people that have now become members of the channel. And
That's your laundry list.
no, it's not my laundry. This actually is Charlie's grocery list. That's what it really is. And so I'm gonna. These are all the people that have become members to the channel since the last time I mentioned it. And what is a member? A member is somebody who every month they send YouTube $4.99 a month, and then Mr. Ed gets 70% of that, and that goes directly to me. And so you're actually supporting the work that I do here at the Abbey, and actually that benefits me only. This has got nothing to do with the monks. I actually get all the benefits of that, about $3.50, something like that. So these are the names of the people since the last time. And the first name, this guy, not only has he become a member, this guy, he and I have history. His name is Howard Taylor. Now, when I was delivering mail in Mandeville back starting in 1982, I actually delivered mail to Howard, to his house in Lewisburg, is where he lived. And since then, he's moved to Houston. Well, he's also since then become a fan of Mr. Ed's videos, and he watches the videos. And he happened to watch the video where Charlie and I and Joey Rouse, we moved all those beehives in one of our yards. And we were using Joey's hive lift for that job. And Howard saw us moving all those hives with that lift, and Charlie and I was saying how we'd like to get one. Well, guess what? Howard donated that hive.
We got one.
Yeah, we got one. We got one. So thank you very much, Howard, for that very, very generous gift, helping me and Charlie spread that load of lifting them bee boxes. We greatly appreciate it. As we appreciate all the people that watch the channel, watch the videos. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't even be doing this, because nobody would be watching. Why would we make them? So Howard, thank you very much. The next person is Dale T., Tom Grimsley, MJ Watson, David Adams, Daryl Hamner, Mariah's World, Victor Calcoti, Mike Harmon, Steve Amos. Now, I've been knowing Steve for years. Every time he goes to Cayman's expos, so I've met him several times up there. And actually, when I went and spoke in North Carolina, Steve was there as well. So Steve is a new member. I like this one. The Grumpy Old Redneck. David Zarling, Diane Perkinson, and Diane, she gifted me, besides becoming a member, she gifted me a really cool apron, so that I'll be starting wearing that. You all will see me wearing that apron as I'm working the bees, not the bees, but at least sometimes
in the honey house.
Right, in the honey house. Karen Voller, who is also who rejoined. Sometimes I don't understand what YouTube does. They boot you out and then they boot you back in, but Karen is one that booted out and she's rejoined, as well as Jim Campbell. He did it as well. Now, the next 15 names are all what they call gifted membership. I went live Saturday on YouTube, did a live broadcast, and during the broadcast, 3 people, one of them being Steve Amos, Phil from 33 Miles Bees, and Tim from Gunline Bees, these guys all gifted these 15 people. So it's the next 5 people that leave a comment as the video is going, they actually become members of the channel for 1 month. It's like a trial period. But the people, Steve, Tim, and Phil, they actually paid for their 1 month subscription. So thank you 3 guys for doing that great benefit for these people that have now received that benefit. And those people are Cheryl Hoyt, Phil Goddard, Toggy Woggles, Alice, Misty Hills, DCBs. Now I know Misty and DCBs, they have longtime viewers. Kathleen, Wild Shammy, Danette and Jack Strona, Gunline Bees, Professional Zombie 12, Easy Reader, Big Daddy Niners, and the Morris Homestead and ANDR. So thank you all, and thank you all for sponsoring these people.
And next month we're going to put all these names in a hat and draw for the $1.5 million.
Don't ever listen to what Charlie is saying.
$1.5 million.
But that's not true. That's not true. But I do appreciate all of you all for becoming members of the channel and supporting me in that endeavor. So what else we got? What else we got?
That's it. Thanks for watching.
Keep on watching.
We'll be making more.
God bless us, Mr. Ed.
Good time, Charlie.
We are out of here until when, Charlie? The next video.
Next video.
God bless.